Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Noelle and today it's drizzling a little. I was supposed to go for a run first before shooting this, but it's drizzling, and having gotten caught out in the rain twice last week, I just am not in the mood to run in the rain a bit. So I figured I might as well do a little first impressions of the shoe that I've gotten caught out in the rain with. And that is the Hoka One One Clifton Edge. When I first saw these coming out of the box that they came in, I was just, this is the first thing that I noticed. This gigantic heeled, what do you call that? It's not a heel counter, it's like a heel edge. And I guess, you know, the thing that I can probably liken it to is like, it looks like snowshoes. You won't be sinking into any snow when you're wearing it. Or you probably will hydroplane across a puddle before before you sink in it. Oh, there we go. That's the rain that's coming. So yeah, yeah, it's the rainy season, and last week I got these on Thursday, and when I drove home, it started to drizzle, but I was so determined to try to run in them that, you know, I did it anyway. And because the shoe's sole is so wide and because it is so high, I never really got any splash onto the fabric parts of the shoe. Yeah, it was a pretty good first run, pretty cool one as well, because of course of the rain falling on me. Weight is not really an issue. I mean, if you look at the shoe, it's quite chunky, and a lot of my followers who saw this shoe, the pictures of this shoe on my social media, said, "Ooh, chunky shoe," but it's actually not that heavy. I will check the gram weight for you guys and put it up on the screen right here. It didn't feel any heavier than the shoes that I use for long runs, steady runs, you know, those kinds of runs where you feel like you need a little more cushioning underneath your feet because you know that your legs are gonna get all beaten up. Obviously, you're going to get a lot of stares if you pull these shoes out, but once they're actually on your feet and you're running, people can't really see what you have on your feet. So I don't think I got many stares from people who were there, because I've seen other people running in basketball shoes here, which kind of look like they have the same, you know, bulkiness to them as the Clifton Edges do. I'm going to show you the sole from when this was fresh and the sole now that I've used it. So you're going to see a lot of where I usually impact on the shoe when I land. So a lot of impact here on the outside heel, a lot of impact here in the middle, on the midfoot area, right here in the center. Not a lot going on up here at the toes, and obviously not a lot going on here in the extreme heel area, except for the parts when I've actually accidentally scuffed my feet on the floor while walking. It doesn't really happen when you're running. Hoka says that the heel, this extra heel foam here, is supposed to help with people who extreme heel strike. So it helps them, like when their feet hit here, it helps them actually move into toe off much faster. Me not being an extreme heel striker, I didn't really feel that, but I'm sure other people have. But because I do heel strike at slower speeds, having this much foam on the heel was really nice because I didn't feel really beaten up over those runs. Those were some of the longest runs I've actually done in the past month. So yeah, I didn't feel much the worse for wear. There was one time during the first run that I did in these shoes where I thought, oh my god, my glutes are feeling a little achy. I thought it was because of the shoes rather minimal drop, because even if the soles are thick, there's actually a very minimal millimeter drop from heel to the toe. And I thought it was because of that, that's why my glutes were activating. But actually, my glutes were activating because I'd done yoga the day before, and so that didn't really have any bearing on why my glutes were painful. You know, as a person who kind of looks at outward appearances a lot when it comes to apparel and footwear, I admit that I judged the Clifton Edge so hard when I first saw them. I was like, it brought to my mind that earlier model that Hoka brought out, the one with the extremely long heel area, and that was for downhill running. The Clifton Edge is reminiscent of that in a less exaggerated form. People like Jan Frodeno run in these for their long runs. A lot of people who used to hate running and swore off running, when they put on a pair of Hoka One Ones, they started loving running. And you know, some of them actually they used to be injured, and then when they started running in the Hokas, their injuries disappeared. So there's a certain subset of people for whom the Hoka One Ones and their, you know, the way that they make their shoes, the philosophy behind the shoes, there's a certain subset of people for whom this actually works. Try to get over your initial first reactions to this. Just wear them, try them on, and see if they, you know, they're good for you. Now, the Clifton Edge in the Philippines is only available for women. For men and women worldwide, the Clifton Edge is available in this colorway. Yeah, for men, you're gonna have to wear pink. Not like that's a problem, right? For the Philippines, they've only brought in the women's shoes. So if you're desperate to get your hands on a pair of these Clifton Edges and you're a male, you can definitely try to grab it in a women's size. Just make sure to size up. But I certainly think that Hoka is going to bring these in the men's sizes as interest in them grows. Anyway, I think the rain is clearing up, so I am going to go off, lace these up, and go for a run. Check back here in a few weeks for a more full-on review of the Hoka One One Clifton Edge. Until then, see you next time.